Hello everybody and welcome to the Shrub Shack with Aaron Shrub and
David Sheehan.
Lovely
on Z103 Online. Thank you for having me in your shack, Aaron.
No worries. You'll be here all week with me and we're going to have a lot of chats about many different subjects. But today I think we're going to lay the foundation of us and what we're going to be doing this week. So tell me, what is today's...
If you were listening to the other show that I do with wonderful Mr. James McAuliffe, we were talking about lots of films and stuff. And we were discussing the film Shazam and how in Shazam there's a huge reference to the film Big. And Big stuck out to me because it was a film I had as a child on VHS tape. And I would watch that film hundreds of times along with some others. But I was curious. This is like a defining part of childhood. What film did Aaron Shrub sitting in his Shrub Shack watch?
Me?
Yes.
Right now?
I want to get deep into your mind.
Oh, my childhood's... Well, guess what? I wasn't one of those kids stuck on their phones. Not that pretty much everyone's stuck on different things. There's always different versions of phones. Like a paper, back in the day, there's old men were like, they're always reading their papers, or they're always reading their book, or they're always listening to the radio. So it's a kind of staying fast. But what I did when I was a child was listen to VHS tapes, videos.
Yes.
The old classic box. You just put the whole box in. You have to rewind it, and so what I kind of watched back in the day, I used to watch over and over and over again the Pokemon film.
Was it Pokemon the first movie?
Yeah, and it was one with the Mewtwo, and I just loved that film. The little philosophy at the end of it as well. And
that was an interesting film. That's a thing people might not know these days, that if you did watch stuff on VHS, you did have to rewind things. And if you ever took something out of a video shop, there'd be stickers on it saying, please rewind before you return it.
Yeah.
And if you took out a video and it wasn't rewound, you'd have to be like, I need to wait 6 minutes to rewind this tape before I can even watch it. What degenerate person returned this without watching it? So what did you like about the first Pokemon film? Are you big into Pokemon?
Well, yeah, I used to play the game a lot. I remember getting my first Pokemon game, Pokemon Ruby. I just found it in a shop and started playing it and stuff like that. But I used to just love the movies anyway. And when I was younger, I just kind of watched them and I was like, oh my god, Pokemon! And played the little Pokemon cards and stuff like that.
I was actually going to ask you, because I remember when this film came out, I took my nephew to see it, and with the price of the ticket, we also got a rare Pokemon card.
Yeah.
Did you get the rare Pokemon card with your VHS tape?
No, because I got it from a charity shop.
Oh, you got it from a charity shop.
But I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I actually think I know what you mean.
I think it was called it was like Egyptian hieroglyphics or something. You needed it to be translated to be able to play it.
I actually had that though.
Yeah.
I got that traded to me.
How often do you think you watched
this? It was the Mew card, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ancient Mew. How often did you watch this film?
I used to just go home, I get loads of videos and plop them out onto the ground. Even DVDs are just kind of something like, will I watch a video or a DVD? And then I was just kind of I was like, dip, dip, do, the dog done a poo. The dog who stepped in it? It was you, the listener. Can you check your shoe? See if it smells. But anyway.
I love this Aaron Shrub doing an impression of younger Aaron Shrub.
I'm like, hello.
As a kid, because when I was a kid, I didn't have access to DVDs because they obviously weren't invented yet. But as a child, why would you ever choose a VHS tape over a DVD?
I think, kids like to play. Kids love to fiddle things. I actually love playing. I used to be a very fiddly person, kid. I
can attest that
played
you
with loads
probably
of,
still are.
And I played with loads of Blue Tack men, little stories out of them. Like Lego and make little stories out of different things, maybe different toys or something like that. So VHS, you just rewind it. It's kind of it's nostalgic. Even doing it now, it's like it's going to take long, but it's good laugh.
Did you like all the clippy bits and the moving parts? Because it's obviously two big turny bits, and there's the bit at the front that clips up. So did you ever mess around with it and just sort of play with the VHS?
Yeah, I pulled these things apart. Did loads of different things with them, in that kind of way. Just what you do. I think it's just the activity of it. That's why I think a lot of people are nostalgic about the 90s and 80s and 90s. Do you know?
Yeah.
They're nostalgic because those things were special to that time, and they did things you have to move them and twist them like the mechanic, and you have to really just put your hand in there and really feel it. Nowadays it's just digital, you don't feel it. Do you know?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just, it makes our life so much easier. But I think that's where the nostalgic of those places and those things come from. Is you remember those old toys and like loads of toys, like old, like those big block phones. I used to love. I think I would probably really appreciate a Nokia phone now. I would probably have it on me, like, well, if I had one. Well, I wouldn't really, but like the iPhone does the job. But if I had a Nokia phone, like, it's great. The little buttons. I used to make little songs out of the buttons.
Yeah.
I used to play Snakes.
I remember I had a Nokia phone, and you used to have to like compose your own ringtones inside of like a composer app. And I remember when I upgraded then to a polyphonic ringtone phone, I was like, oh my god, it sounds so much better now.
Yeah.
Because the old phone was like MIDI quality. I know as well, our own lecturer, Owen Fitzgerald, for a brief period of time, his smartphone was broken and he had an old Nokia.
Yeah.
And for like a day he was like, oh, this is so great. You know, it's just calls and texts. I don't mess around with it. You know, going to stay very focused. I'm going to be getting all my work done. And then a day later he was like, nah, I'm bored. I want my own. Playing Snake doesn't do it for me anymore.
No, I think it's because it's so automated that we're so just like quick. Do you want to get it something? We want some like immediate reaction, immediate like pulses. Everything gets done. So I think it's interesting. I think it's you know, back in the times. I think it's nostalgic. I think it has that quality, and you know, it's definitely baby cakes, free of a kind on Z103. So you know, I do enjoy it. Hello, how are you?
Welcome back. I don't think I'm on. Welcome back to the Shrub Shack on Z103 Online. My name's David Sheehan and I'm here with Aaron Shrub.
Hello.
Aaron, we were discussing off mic that you were telling me that you spent some of your weekend in Tralee cleaning the square. Can you please let me know how this came to pass and what this entailed?
It was basically, we had a sweeper, we had a bit of water, you know, a bit of soap, or not really. I think there was a bit baby liquid or something in there.
I'm familiar with the concept itself of cleaning, but like, how did this come? Why are you cleaning the square? You're out living your normal Aaron Shrub life, and you see an Aaron Shrub signal in the sky.
Well, we had various different complaints from different people, especially like some people from bars or in the square, and people just like walking around, kind of like giving them a weird eye because there was lots of chalk on the ground. There was a day, I think it was Thursday, where people from the group sort of Space Connections, I think they were affiliated.
This is your meditation group, I think.
Yeah, and they're also doing a KDYS meeting today at 7:30.
Oh, cool.
If you want to come down to it. I'll be recording it, and they'll be going down there asking questions on how to sort of it's like basically the public versus the council, so that the public get to talk and say, hey, we want this change, we want this to we want this here, or we want maybe a different incentive, a bit more effort here.
Okay, is this about the square in particular, or is this about the meditation?
The whole town.
The whole town, okay.
Mm-hmm. The meditation thing's just a meditation thing for, like, that's just a little group, that's what they do, but they've recently done like a little town meeting, community sort of group thing, which is really good actually. I think we need more of that, more connection, space connections.
Yeah, but anyway, just to bring us back on it, because if someone says to me, hey, the square in town is really dirty, you need to go clean it, I'd be like, that's not my problem, go away.
Right, I was roped into it.
I'm going to clean the square.
I was roped into it. My friend basically called me up at 7 o'clock and said, I'm cleaning the square at 9:30, can you help me? Can I pick you up? And I was like, okay.
Okay, so someone else got roped into this, and you were like,
no, she was basically told to do it. She was told to do it because she's the one that organised it, and with another guy called Michael. Oh, I name dropped him. There's loads of Michaels in the world.
It's okay. I think he'll survive the fame you have now given him.
They basically went out. There's another guy called Derek, and Derek was actually one of the ones that said, could you clean it up, because it's eventually become as nice. So it's lovely at first, but like loads of kids were doing it. A massive day, everyone was talking, drawing, making the town look lovely in that little area. Loads of people, like 50 probably, like, you know, there's loads of people on that day, like literal kids doing it. Everyone loved it.
So 50 people from like 8 o'clock in the morning volunteering cleaning.
No, there's no volunteer. People just people were walking past the square. It was a lovely day, and said, and we went up. They went up to them and said, hey, do you want some chalk? I did a few, but I did a few because I walked past the square trying to get food with Sean and Dan. And then I got roped into drawing on the ground. I was like, yeah, but I generally enjoy doing art, so
is drawing on the ground not the problem here? Were you not trying to clean up all the drawings?
No, I draw on the ground, right, with the chalk. and chalk would just come off with rain, but it didn't rain. It was a bit of mist,
Right.
now and again, like, but didn't really wash it off. So it became an eyesore eventually. Not an eyesore, but just kind of like, it was just there, and it looked like a lot of the graffiti on the ground. You're like, do you know, it needs to get done. So there's a little lesson there. We did the chalk thing, but we should have cleaned it up, like maybe 5 hours later.
Right.
So that's what we did, and I was roped into it because I know the woman.
How long was the cleaning afternoon?
Oh, it just took an hour.
Oh, 1 hour to clean the entire square?
Just that little area, but where the looks kind of like little steps go up. It was just loads there, so we just sweeped it up. And then we sat around in the sun. It was beaming sun. I started getting like a bit of heat stroke, and we got coffee, and I had to stay in the shade for a little bit because I was burning a little bit burnt.
Oh, you do, yeah. We get some sunburned forearms here.
Just a little bit. I go straight brown, really. Just in some parts I don't.
Oh, I'm very jealous. I was out at the weekend. I did there's a canal walk every Sunday that goes up the canal by the marina, up around Blennerville, down Ballard, and then back at the wetlands, and everybody has a coffee.
Really?
I do that every Sunday. It takes about 45 minutes. I think it's 5k. I was bringing my sister's dog for a walk, and I was coated head to toe in sun cream, and I had my hat on, but it was so hot. It was like 25 degrees that I still got sunburnt at like the backs of my shoulders, where apparently I wasn't able to reach.
Oh, okay.
When I was putting on the sun cream, so it looks like I got like handprints on my back of my hands with sun cream. So yeah, I got scorched.
Oh well, I mean, sure you had a good day, but it was a hot day. You know, it was. I was out in it since 9:30 to 4 o'clock.
Oh, no wonder you felt like you had heat stroke. You need to invest in a hat.
That was the problem.
The bigger and the stupider,
can you see my
better.
eyes? Do they look?
Your eyes look fine.
But when I basically woke up, I went to sleep quite early because I think I just really felt tired after that. So not that the physical exercise would make me tired, but the day very hot and I needed sleep. So I went to sleep a little earlier. Woke up at maybe like 9 o'clock in the night yesterday, and I woke up. My eyes were completely bloodshot, and it just looked like they were burnt. Like, because my arms are also burnt, because when you come out, when you're like, you don't really notice the tan until you get inside for a little bit. So I got inside for a little bit at 4 o'clock, and then woke up, and then my arms were red.
Did you have
and my face was red? No.
I'm guessing if you were cleaning the stone surfaces with water on a very sunny day, you just had a lot of like glare that you would have been sort of just blinded through the day. So that makes sense. I wouldn't say your eyes are burned.
But they're burnt, but like I think they're just a bit like, maybe they've got a bit of a tan somehow, because I heard eyes can get tanned.
Really?
That's actually a thing, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't believe you, because we have had instances in the past, Aaron, you've produced factoids for
When I say tanned, I mean like they can like exposure can sort of hurt them.
Yeah.
Like maybe briefly if you look up, or the glare thing. They might go a bit red for a bit.
Okay, I would just take issue then with the word tanned, because if I get exposure to like nuclear waste and it burns me a bit, I wouldn't say I got a bit of a uranium tan.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Oh my God, a uranium tan, no. But I think I mean radiation. You wouldn't say radiation tan, you would say radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
That
was my point. My point was that your eyeballs are not tanned. Your eyeballs are not tanned.
But at the end of the day, guys, I get what you mean. But it was a fun day, and we're here on Z103, by the way, if you just tuned in. So I definitely think there has come a time in a person's life, because in the show we're just asking a few questions. And essentially, it's a hard press to fight the world order.
After this as well, I think we've got Mr. Daniel O'Sullivan having his impressive solo show. Daniel O'Sullivan's solo shows are always a sight to behold and a sound to listen to.
I think that'll be an interesting show. But we're still here today, and it sounds like we're running today. I think we are definitely running with a bit of a freed. So that is on Z103 today, right now on Z103 online.